Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, but everybody check on your teacher friends out there because it's that time of year where we're starting to feel it. So, a little tired. Also from watching the Eagles, in their game last night, but
Plus, we coached the meet all week
yeah.
today. Yeah.
But the good news is the Eagles won, so, you know, number one in the NFC.
And so the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins actually won.
Yeah, we got a
Shocking.
winning streak.
Hey, there you go.
But as you say, it's the hope that kills you.
It is the hope that kills you.
It is. But anyway, welcome. Um, Today's show, we're going to talk about some MLS news that, unless you were living under a rock, you probably have heard about. So we're going to share some thoughts, talk a little bit about the international matches that have been going on,
Hmm.
with the USMST and USU.
USMNT.
Yes, I always do that. And then talk a little bit about NYCFC coming up this week. Union back in action after 3 weeks off. So we got a lot to talk about today.
Hmm.
But before we get started, what are we wearing?
In the spirit of having the international break and having being at the U.S. men's national team game, I'm wearing the um, kit here from their current one, and it is number 6,
Yes.
Jack McGlynn. Yes.
And in the spirit of the NCAA men's soccer bracket being revealed for the College Cup, I guess this is national championship.
Hmm.
Number one seed went to University of Vermont, so I am busting out my Vermont green in support of them because unfortunately Delaware did not make it, but Denver and Kansas City made it from the summit, but
Hmm.
Delaware did not. But a couple other Maryland made it.
Yep. So Henry
Let's
Bernstein's there
see,
at
did UCLA?
UCLA, where Zach Mastrodemos
Yep,
is. Yep.
a couple others. So, hey, some Academy kids in the NCAA. Well, it's the College Challenge,
Hmm.
College Cup, sorry. But where can people find us at?
So you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, and we can also be found on socials. But we are on Twitter and Instagram. Well, we're on Twitter and Blue Sky at TOTWAG. We're on Instagram at the One Team We Agree On. We're also on Facebook. We have our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com. We have our YouTube channel, the One Team We Agree On. You can find me, Jillian, at double underscore Jilly. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at that. I am at Jillian Almany on Blue Sky, and um, I have TikTok, but I've been not on that very much. And you, Kyle, can be found at Coach Almany on all those places, except for TikTok.
Yeah, and two quick things before we get into the show. First off, shout out to everybody subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
We are at 99 subscribers.
Oh, come on, who can be number 100?
So who can be number 100? And potentially we will have a giveaway if we hit number 100. So stay tuned for that if we do.
Hmm.
Get to 100. So thank you. And thank you to everybody. Yeah, I know we had some news last week. Really haven't had much because obviously, other than the international um, call-ups and all that, we really haven't had a lot of news going on. But thanks to everybody who's been checking it out. A lot of Malik. Yeah,
Yeah, a
Malik's
lot of yeah.
getting a lot of traction on our website. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Malik Jakupovic. Yeah, if yeah, he's been having a pretty good run at the international camp that he's at. So,
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
mhm.
So let's get into it. So unless, like you said, did you hear about the news that MLS is doing some things? I guess I don't know. I don't know how big.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. There's definitely nothing that's gone on at all.
No,
Definitely not.
no news that
No,
broke that.
no news.
Anyway, so
No,
we're gonna get into
totally
about
there's news.
the playoff match. No. Um. Anyway, like I said earlier, if you've been living on, and I get it, some people probably who listen aren't necessarily MLS people, and that's fine, or outside of the union don't follow the league, but. Yeah, MLS to change the competition calendar starting in 2027. Yep, we've heard the rumors for a while. Um, and they voted on it pass, but they finally came to a resolution, it sounds like, at the board governors meeting this
Hmm.
past week. That starting in summer 2027, we're gonna go to a different schedule. So,
Yeah.
MLS has adopted a summer to spring season format, making one of the most significant developments in league's history. MLS will continue to work on the plan along with MLSPA to decide to finalize the agreement. Just a few things, and I'm not going to go into the whole
Hmm.
league statement that we got, but
Hmm.
some advantages: optimize the global transfer market for players, align with the global schedule, allows MLS clubs to participate more effectively in the world's primary transfer windows, to buy and sell players, maximize player signings. You know, we hear the thing all the time that, oh, teams don't want to sell in Europe or wherever. You know, in the winter window, they're more looking in the summer window when MLS is almost wrapping up their season. So, yep, maximizing player sign. This is a big one. Align with the FIFA International Match Calendar developed in consideration with FIFA International Calendar. New calendar will reduce conflicts between the league and national team call-ups,
Like not having all these missing players for MLS matches, in other
or
words.
even this whole thing we're going through right now with the playoffs.
Yeah, just this big interruption.
And that brings my fourth point that the league brought out: elevate the playoffs. The all the MLS playoffs, MLS Cup will be played in May, delivering ideal time and weather for the pinnacle of the MLS season. Uninterrupted by FIFA match during that window. Yeah, again, like we said, it's ensuring that all the players that are available are available.
Hmm.
A couple other important notes. MLS Next Pro has been a part of the discussions over the last several months and will continue to have conversations with their owners to make decisions moving forward. In addition, details regarding the 2027 season, the new competition will be announced at a later date. Yeah, they're still figuring a lot out. There's a lot to figure out here. And finally, they're going to take into account, for people who've been talking about the weather. It sounds like they are taking into account that
Yeah.
colder climate teams are going to be playing in warm climates during those months a
Yeah.
little bit more.
I think that's one of the biggest concerns because when I saw that this was a possibility happening, that my thought was, oh my God, because even March sucks in Chester. And to have you think about having more February games, it's like, good God. And then of course this time of year starts getting really cold too. Like, before we had all the information too, it's like, oh God, are there gonna be like matches in January or December in Chester? And um not so much, but definitely not in January is what they're looking at. But um also this eliminates remember how hot it was when we were in Houston in July. Whew,
So,
so it kind of goes both ways, but I was in a focus group actually that they when they were looking at all these options, I was in a focus group that had some questions about this. And so like a lot of the options were laid out. So I've kind of like seen some of the process a little bit, which was really interesting. And, there was like all these options presented and, what are your thoughts on these? And so that was kind of interesting. But
where
once
where are you at with this?
um Initially, I was like very anti this because as someone with the work schedule that I have, I'm like, no, I don't want to break during the summer because that's when I actually can do a lot of quality coverage. And so that was my thought. I'm like, oh no, like I'm gonna be way busier during the school year. But I mean, it turns out it's not gonna be, I mean, yeah, the month of June, that's gonna be a bummer not really having all that stuff going on, but it's not that much of a shift. I like the fact that you're not going to have all these missing players for these international windows.
Mm.
So that's a positive because it just would deplete the lineup so much sometimes and make it a joke, honestly. So I'm okay with it. I'm sometimes very resistant to change, but I'm okay with it. It makes sense, and I get why they're doing it. So,
You're old, you don't like change.
says you, who's older than me by several years.
No, I'm kidding. I'm actually a big fan of this. I think it's good. There's still a lot to be ironed out, especially from the Players Association, from
Mhm.
considerations of what does X, Y, and Z. What does the playoffs look like?
Can we
And
please get rid of the three-game format?
well, we'll get to this in a second
Yeah,
with
the three-game.
something else I want to discuss before we go in talking a little bit more about
Yeah,
some other things. But I think it's good. I get the whole shifting of the windows to
yeah,
interline international with the majority of them because look, a lot of
yeah.
the teams, I get why they're doing this.
Right.
I think from your point, because we were talking about that, when you look at the how the things break down, you're online because you can actually cover a lot of the stories preseason. I mean that,
Yeah.
and I like I did in January where it was really cool, got us off the right foot. We'll still be able to do that from our standpoint. Plus, there's a lot of breaks, and you know, and I do. Once that season starts in February, it's go till December on
Yeah.
sometimes. So,
I mean, one concern I have is, what about some families that, in the summer, that's a great time for them to come out to games.
and that's a good point because look, I mean, during the summer you see sometimes an uptick in attendance,
Yeah.
and that is something the league's probably going to have to navigate. Now, I'm sure they've done their homework.
Hmm.
Um,
Sure.
and I'm sure that there are things they're going to do. Is it Leagues Cup? Where's Leagues Cup fall?
That's another.
Where does the U.S. Open Cup fall in all of this? Those are some considerations as well. So there's still a lot of answer questions that need to be answered.
Mhm.
So, but I think the big thing is the transfers, um, the alignment. I'm not too worried about the weather. I think they're going to take care of that in scheduling, and
Yeah.
I think it's an op.
Please some day games.
And,
That's what I'm asking for.
well, we'll see.
Hmm.
I think, but again, with the cold weather, I think that was going to work themselves out. At at the end of the day, and is that this is a good move. This is a bold move.
Hmm.
But I think MLS and like Don Garber said, this has to work because we can't go back. And he's right. You really can't transition back. I mean, you
Hmm.
could, but it's just
Yeah.
it's a bold move, and you tip your cap to MLS. They're trying to step it up, but on the flip side, I've seen a lot of comments. Well, this is America's soccer, and I'm like, yes, but for a league that's 30 years old, sometimes you have to look at the change,
Yeah.
and grow and adapt. And I think this is what MLS is doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. So it's going to be weird because in 2027, there's going to be like that 14 game
Let's
season.
talk about that.
That's so somebody's gonna get another kind of like how the union have the asterisk like, COVID shield. Someone's gonna be getting a very asterisk,
Somebody's going to be getting an asterisk star.
yeah, like, but hey, you know what, union, go get that too. Then we can, add that to the collection. But
Hey, I mean, that's going to be a weird thing. And they're talking about the alignments. They're going to
yeah.
have a 30-team table, which I agree with. If they do that, that brings more legitimacy to the Shield,
Hmm.
which is what you want. Because everybody's like, well, it's a cup. Maybe the Shield now has more legitimacy because you have to play every team at least once.
Yeah, it's gonna make for some interesting travel.
It is, and that's another thing that's going to be kind of
Because,
interesting.
because here's the thing too. When you look at European soccer, for instance, they are not covering the distance necessary that we have in the
Um,
United States.
Champions League. If you're in Champions League, you are.
But, you know,
Europa.
yeah, but when you look at, say, like the Premier League,
I know. If you're just staying in league or like certain
yeah, that's
things,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying. This is
Oh
in the
no, I
Leagues
mean, I
Cup.
remember Stuart Finley telling us about that. That
Hmm.
was the biggest adjustment he had, and I
Yeah.
think it was or somebody we talked to that came over from over, and they said the same thing. That's the travel's the biggest
Yeah.
adjustment.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, think about this. If you're like a team like Miami and you draw on the road two California teams
Hmm.
and like Seattle, Vancouver in a year on the road,
Yeah.
think about that travel
Yeah.
schedule. That's a lot. But
Hey, we'll be guaranteed to have some maybe interesting away games that we could go to.
Well, stay tuned for
There's
that.
that.
But no, I think this is great. One thing that's brought up in one of our chats that we're in. What about the player contracts for that shortened season? I am very curious about that,
Yeah.
and hopefully we'll be finding out from the Players Association how they're going to handle that. Because you know, one of our good friends brought that up,
Yeah.
and we were just like,
Hmm.
"That's a freaking good question." Because
Yep.
think about it, you're on a contract year, or do they honor the full year? Like, that's interesting. So
Yeah.
let's move on now. And in addition to that schedule change,
Yep.
um, they've reconfigured the Apple TV deal.
Yep. So MLS Season Pass will no longer be a standalone thing. Basically, if you have Apple TV Plus, then if you have that subscription to Apple TV, you also get all the MLS content.
And vice versa, season ticket members will be getting, I think, access to Apple TV as well. That is
Yeah.
something I've seen.
That's interesting because so we're subscribers to Apple TV because I like some of their shows that they have. Um, so shout out Silo, by the way. If you haven't watched that show, watch that show. And the morning show, that's good too. But no, like in all seriousness,
It says here in one of the statements, it says season ticket member
yeah,
holders also get Apple TV included.
I love that.
Apple cannot back out in 2027, which was part of the original agreement. Deal ends in 2029, which is years before the
Hmm.
other deal. I'm also received 2 million. So basically, it's a good
Yeah,
deal for the league. And it's interesting that this
yeah,
corresponds with Messi leading the league.
yeah.
So,
Well, I think this would definitely, I mean, this
well,
would
his
improve,
contract's up.
yeah, this would definitely improve visibility with people outside because there's plenty of people who subscribe to Apple TV. Severance is on Apple TV. Like
Yeah.
that's huge. Also a great show. But definitely like if you're not having to do that extra paywall, then I think that will definitely open it up. I know still a lot of people are like, well, it should be on local TV like it was before. But if I'm being honest, like I mean, I don't mind that it's on Apple TV. I think it's a good product anyway. The graphics and everything are very good and everything. But for us, we were out of range for like a lot of the games that would be broadcast. Like we don't get some of the Philly channels. So I think it does help people outside of the market get better access. And honestly, we enjoy watching games from other teams too.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's become for us now, even on off nights.
Yeah.
I come upstairs or downstairs, we got different games going on. I mean,
Yeah.
but we're in a kind of a different vacuum. We're now starting to cover the look at the league.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I'm curious. My big thing is when this deal ends,
Yeah.
do they go back to the old format? We've seen even like Netflix with the not CONCACAF Championship, UEFA
Hmm.
Champions League, their whole thing. Now that's apparently regionalized. I don't know. Do they do something with Prime or do they go
Yeah.
back to what USL does? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different things we
So
could
many
do.
streaming services. And of course, Next Pro is also on Apple TV. All I ask is, can they please have it so you can watch replays? I think that's ridiculous if they're trying to grow that league. But anyway, I digress. That's a topic for another day. But yeah,
Let's get into U17s and
yes.
international call-up
Hmm.
updates. From the FIFA U17 World Cup, yeah, the U.S. Were eliminated by Morocco in round of 32.
Yep. So it was the first knockout round, and after the USA had won their group, they had
Yeah,
gone 3-0 for that. Yeah, so that was a bummer. That was on Friday. Um, and so they're out in Qatar, and um, Union already talked about how Union had four players on that squad:
right.
Kevin Sullivan, Jordan Griffin, Kellen LeBlanc, and Jameer Johnson. And so, great showing for them. But stinking Morocco. Oh my goodness. As soon as I saw that that was the draw, I'm like,
Yep.
oh no. Now, for those not aware, of course, the US, the U20s in the FIFA U20 World Cup, they got bounced by Morocco. So that was, Team Frankie was on. They got bounced by Morocco. And back in 2024 in the Paris Olympics, the U.S. men's Olympic team lost to Morocco.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they lost in shootout.
Yeah.
It, it it was a back and forth match. I still think watching what I did, I thought the U.S. squad was better at times, but then when I went back and watched, it was like the second half after it was like, you give up that goal, you miss that PK, and it's like you
Yeah.
didn't deserve to win that match. I mean, there was too many opportunities below, and credit to Morocco. They
Yeah.
capitalized on their chances, made the most of them, and in soccer, that's what wins you a game. And
Yeah.
as casual of a take that is, that's literally the cliff notes of this match.
Yeah. So for those who weren't able to watch, basically the U.S. lost. They lost in a shootout. They scored first,
Yep.
and um, Cavan was a starter. Cavan played the whole match, and none of the other Union guys got in the match. Unfortunately, maybe could have used them. I don't know, but I don't.
Yeah.
But they yeah, Cavan I had a fantastic game. He was
Yep.
very good, and um, let's see. So. Um, Jude Terry had the goal, and that
Good
was,
by Kevin.
yep, Cavan had took the corner and Terry hit that in. They had some other chances, of course. Big moment though comes when Mathis Albert is taken down in the box, so penalty is awarded to the U.S. and Albert takes it and he just skies it like it was a bad miss. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, why didn't Cavan take it? Cavan's taking the PKs, and I don't know if, Cavan or the team was like, to Mathis Albert, you take it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. I don't know if I've read anything,
No, but
but the situation, but anyway, he took it. Would have I liked to have seen Cavan take it? Probably. But I've also heard Mathis Albert is, normally good at PKs
yeah,
too. So, um,
bad take. It
yeah, so
happens.
and you saw in the shootout he did a good one then too.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they missed that opportunity to go up, have two goals. And then like literally in the last it was like the 89th, about the 90th minute, um, where they concede the game tying goal.
Mm.
And and it moves to PKs, and it's a shame. That was heartbreaking. Like they're so close there. But in any case, the shootout was, of course, full of drama, and they miss, and you know, United States. Cavan makes his. Like Cavan had a fantastic one that was good. There were some real good ones there. But the Morocco keeper made two saves on it. Aiden Stokes, the keeper for the US, actually made a save too, which was good. But yeah, unfortunately, in the end, the US, their last attempt got saved and Morocco won. And yeah, there's that whole to do like,
Yeah, we're
oh,
not.
I don't even want to talk about the whole like my take is on the whole like, oh, the Morocco people like taunting at Cavan because he was,
It's a nothing burger.
it is a nothing, but it's not even worth talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
so why are we
it's
talking about
exactly it's
it?
kids, being competitors and whatever.
Better.
Who
Better being
cares?
competitive. Who
Cavan
cares?
did his job anyway, so whatever.
But
But
so yeah, I thought, overall Kevin was excellent. He
yeah,
contributed all goals. Again,
yeah,
seeing the value, he's starting to look better in the first team
mm,
and the opportunities he's getting. We'll see if he gets back this coming Sunday.
yeah.
Does he have an opportunity to contribute? But
We'll
yeah, I
see.
thought,
Jameer,
Jameer,
Kellen, Jordan, they all did great when they were on the
I
field
thought
as well.
Jordan looked good in his opportunity when he started.
Yeah, I really would have liked to have seen more of Jordan in
Yeah,
that.
me too. Same with
Jameer,
Kellen.
yeah, Kellen subbed on, a couple times he was on and he did well. I thought Jameer did really well when he was on.
I would like to see him a little bit more.
Yeah, so but
But hey,
anyway, yeah.
hey, credit to all those players. That's awesome to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then we on Saturday we're watching Andrew Rick and Eddie Davis got the start.
Well, Eddie didn't get the start.
I know, I'm sorry. He came off the bench,
Yeah,
but Andrew Rick got the start.
they're down in Costa Rica for the
With that
national
coaster.
team camp.
Yeah, yep.
Yep. So Rick was in goal. They're playing against Costa Rica in a friendly, and Eddie subbed on later, but they ended up winning. Eddie had the game-winning goal. They won 2-1. They actually were playing up a man for a bit at the end there too. So, but yeah, nice goal by Eddie. He hit a header on a corner. So
And I joked with you. I was like, "Come on, where has that been?" But
we're
it was
missing seeing that, but that was a great finish by Eddie. So
well, it was also a great delivered ball to him.
it was.
And
It
so,
was fantastic.
you know, it's great to see that when he's getting these call-ups, and we talked about that
Mhm.
um, during the last U20 window with the coach then.
Yeah.
When he was, one of the trainers.
Yeah.
He said nothing but good. So it's great to see that he's getting some chances. Um, Rick looked fine. I mean,
Yeah.
that one goal, I wouldn't blame that on him, but
Yeah.
good to see he's still getting some opportunities. CJ, he did not feature in the match.
No, he was on the bench. CJ did not play.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate,
Mhm.
but again, he's still getting some opportunities here
And I
and
think
there.
their last match is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And as if you guys listening, if you're listening when we put this out, it's today then. But
Yeah.
it'll probably have already happened by the time you hear this. But
And then finally, you want to talk about
yeah, so and this has really been making a lot of news too. Malik Jakupovic. So he is in Dubai
hmm
and he is with the U17s, the 2009 age group. So he has been in the two matches. He scored 3 goals in 2 matches, and tomorrow morning I think is their last one. So,
it is.
yeah. So these camps wrap up on the 18th. So yeah, Malik had 2 goals in their loss to England. They lost like 5-2. But he had 2 goals and really really nice finish on those. And then he had the goal. It was just a 1-0 win against Australia. And so again, like these actually you can see these clips. They're kind of out there on Twitter and stuff, but the amount of you know notice that Malik's getting now is pretty impressive. And but yeah, he can finish. We've heard lots of people say things about him. Ryan Richter's always saying, Malik knows where the goal is, and
That's the thing. I think we've seen so much from Malik this year. And we're going to continue. And again, I think you're going to start to see more Mach next year and heading into 2027. We
Mhm.
talk about the league change. I mean, I think Malik is going to be a big part. I don't know anything,
Yeah,
purely speculative, and we don't like to speculate. But I
yeah,
mean, he's doing so much good stuff on every time he gets called up.
yeah.
He's performing.
As long as there's someone there, as long as he's getting fed the ball,
That's it.
because that's the problem. Sometimes, like it was in, oh, I think it was the All-Star game or whatever, and just like,
No one's getting.
yeah, like, but man, if you get him the ball, he is dangerous there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So good for Malik. I'm excited to see what he does.
So, and then wrap it up world qualifiers. Daniel Jean-Jacques and Andre Blake have some exciting opportunities come tomorrow night. Today, if you're listening, um, Jamaica plays Curacao.
Mhm.
Obviously, Curaçao's at the top of the table. Jamaica needs to win. If they do, they get the World Cup berth. So big pressure for
Yep.
Andre.
I'm just praying for no injuries.
And
There was a little bit of scare with Andre at the last
And
one.
he's got an opportunity to qualify as well.
Yeah.
They win their match. I forget who they're playing, but anyway, they win their match. I think Costa Rica has to either win something like that. Anyway, it's out there like the qualifications. But I
Mhm.
mean, two big opportunities. That'd be awesome to see.
Yeah.
Haiti and Jamaica make it to the World Cup. So
Again, please no injuries. Okay, thank you. Please no injuries.
I mean, that is true. That's very true. We do need some healthy players, and that goes for any players. You hate to see those injuries
Well, you
happen,
saw what happened to Alonso Martinez,
which
which
we'll
we'll talk
talk
about.
about.
Yeah. So,
Um, anyway, so that's a little update there. Moving on, you and I were at Subaru Park on Saturday.
yes.
Went together. First time we saw the USMNT.
Mm-hmm.
There, got it right.
You got it right.
Yay. Wow. Against Paraguay and down Chester. And I have to say that was an awesome experience getting to share it with you.
Yes.
We arrived, went to Larimer, met up with some Sons of Ben people we ran into, talked to a lot of people there, just chatting.
Yeah.
Um, Met fans from all over.
There's a great amount of fans like both
From
for USA
DC.
and Paraguay, you know?
Yeah, and that was a cool thing
Yeah.
walking around the lot in Lot G,
Yeah.
just every talking to the you know,
Hmm.
Paraguayan fans and just talking to them and they were so nice and hospitable. And
Yeah.
the best was walking in and one guy's like just comes over to me, he's like, you know, you know what they say about South, you guys have no chance tonight. You don't understand South American football. No one in America understands. I'm like, sir, I understand South American football. And he's like, and I like talking to him about like the Brazil and like all these teams. He's like, oh, so you know what's coming. And I'm like, it's gonna be a great match. He
Hmm.
goes, yes, it is. But I appreciate the like confidence in his team, the
Hmm.
pride in his country, and shout out to that person. He was very friendly. He actually gave me a hug at the end. So, shout out to you. It was a great conversation for like 4 minutes, but
Hmm. Yeah.
he was actually, very well schooled on MLS as well. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, even talking to like the Sammers, the original supporting group of the U.S. soccer from back when I was like
Yeah.
watching U.S. soccer, growing up.
Yep. American Outlaws, they were set up there at the Sons of Ben lot.
Yeah, and
Yes. Shout out to Sexy Hoagie and Philly Rovers.
yes, we got to spend a lot of time talking about it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just enjoyed talking to you both, and you sharing your stories, our sharing our story with you guys both. So
Nice
thank you
to see you
so much.
guys in person.
Yes, yes. Second time for me. I think it was first time for you.
First time for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good to see you guys, and then we talked to some people and went into the game.
Hmm.
Um, and just had a good time. And
Yeah.
it was a fun time. We got to see some MLS guys, we got to see some international players, we got to see some alumni for the union,
Mhm. Yeah, a bunch
got to
of
see
Union alumni.
got to see some union players.
Yep. Yep, we did.
Somebody from the national team that we thought was a national player, it was Timu.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny though.
Okay, yeah, for
No,
real.
no, we'll not go into it, but there was a player that was.
Was not with the national team at that time, but normally is, and man, it looked like this person.
And it was after we saw a couple other national team
Mhm.
players or
Just kind
players
of being low key and
and like in the stands just hanging out, watching the game, cheering on US. And it was like, no. And I even said, like, there's no way.
and
No.
then I looked at him, I'm like, that really does look like him.
And we're both like, what? And then somebody else was like, and then we're like, and I kept saying, you're like going off, and we both kind of were like, wait, is it? And I'm like,
Then
no.
we got a better look and it's like, oh no, this is Timu version.
Yeah, it's Team Mover. But damn, that's a really, really, really good.
Yeah.
That person should go and look-alike contest.
Yeah,
Shout out to
for
that
real.
person.
For real.
Anywho, um, good match. I mean,
It
Gio
was.
and Florian Balogun score.
Yep.
US wins 2-1.
Yep.
Lots of Paraguay was well attended in the river end.
Oh yeah, there was
And
a lot of
oh my
people.
gosh, Paraguay was all over the place. I would say it was I would say it was like 40, 55, 45. No, it was more like 60-40.
In favor of the U.S.
No, I would
You
say
think
the other way.
Paraguay was
I just felt there was
no
more. I was like
a
shocked.
good crowd all around, but
It was.
yeah, but of course, and then yeah, good game, and then it's funny because watching this and hey, cheering on Matt Freeze, being like pro Matt Freeze, and stuff because he's a Philly guy, he went through there, but it's funny because I'm looking at this, I'm like, right now, he's a friend. Next week, he's the enemy. No, but
I like, I like to see more of those goals he gave up.
I know what I'm like. I was like, ooh, you know what? Yeah.
Was a scholar texted me after that. He goes, "What the heck was that?" I'm like,
I was like,
"Yeah."
yeah, like something that I'd love to see next weekend then. No,
But I mean, credit, he also made some really nice
he
plays.
did. He did.
I mean, I would cheer on Matt Freese being starting
For the
He,
US?
yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
When
I
he's
mean,
against the Union? Hmm.
but
Can't. But no.
I
Uh
mean, I thought
yeah.
the MLS players did well. I mean, there was that fight.
Oh yes,
I
yes.
mean, Alex Freeman getting into a fight. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I tweeted out the video of that. You can go look on Twitter and see it.
But I mean, just see like Arvston and a couple
Hmm.
of those guys that come up from the MLS. I mean, I know how much U.S. soccer snobs like to crap on MLS, and
Hmm.
some of those things are rightfully so. I get it. But a lot of those guys came up through
Yep.
MLS ranks or MLS academies.
Absolutely.
So
Like
credit
Brady.
to him.
Yep.
I mean, credit to them. Some of
Yeah.
their journeys were that. So that was cool. Good to see Brendan Aronson. I
Yeah.
thought he had an excellent match. And overall, I just had a fun match. Got to talk to some people afterwards,
It was
and
fun, yeah.
I've had a fun night. So, as much as people, I know Pochettino said afterwards that he would love to see more people in the stands.
It was pretty well attended though,
It
honestly.
was.
There weren't that many empty seats, honestly.
I mean, I get the whole thing, but also, let's be honest, two things can be true. Some of these ticket costs for the
It-
World Cup are,
It's pricing people out. Like we got a good rate on our tickets, but like
and you can get good rates. It's just, I think we're pricing people out that want to go see the games.
yeah.
Um, but at the end of the day, you're going to find them out. You're going to be able to find them. I mean, come World Cup time, you'll be able to get them.
Yeah.
I think parking's going to be the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see those parking prices
It wasn't like $115 or
for
something for
parking.
yeah, like that's insane.
I'm literally going to Uber in.
They need to make sure they have, the subway and everything, like public
They
transportation
got
made
to
out.
figure that out.
Fun SEPTA. All right.
Yep. So, good news. We got a soccer match on Sunday.
Finally. Yeah. So, yep, the Union are hosting NYCFC at Subaru Park at 7:30 on Sunday for the Eastern Conference Semifinal. And of course it's NYCFC because, you know, face them a lot in the playoffs. So, of course it's kind of some interesting storylines because of course the big topic is, oh, there's injuries for NYC. And here's the thing.
Doesn't matter.
You know what? Can't take them lightly at all.
No, I mean that defense, and I'll even say it here. So you look at their last 5 or 6 road games. They only lost to Philadelphia. That was the night they clinched the support shield.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Charlotte twice on the road. They lost their home match
Mm-hmm.
in PKs. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They've beaten Cincinnati, and they've beaten a couple other really good teams going into these playoffs. They are red hot on the road.
Well,
They are not to be taken lightly.
and maybe they'll have some things they want to play for too.
Yeah, I mean, they want to
Yeah.
get back to the Eastern Conference Final. Last time they were there was in 2021, which, okay, we won't talk about that. But they went on to win the MLS Cup. They want to get back there. Pascal Janssen
Hmm.
wants to do that in his first year.
Yeah.
They're going to have a very stingy defense. They have. They've had a defense that I believe has given up what, like two, 3 goals in their last couple matches. I
Hmm.
mean, they're not giving up much. I know O'Toole and Prayer are out,
Yep.
which
O'Toole got a
red card,
red card, and yep,
and
Freya had that awful injury.
which we won't, shout out to him. I
Yeah.
hope everything's going well with that. And now you find out that, hey, Kevin Jimenez reports that Alonso Martinez will be out for 8 to 9 months, their leading scorer with a torn ACL meniscus. Having said all that, they still got Nico
Yep.
Fernandez and Kyle. They still have a veteran Maxi Morales who knows how to score in
Yeah.
big moments. He did it in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Still got Matt Freese. He still got that back line.
Hmm.
They got Hans Wolf. I mean, they got players
Yeah.
that are still good that you can say, well, you didn't beat him at full strength. That's fair.
Yeah. Well, okay. Can I give two thoughts here?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, I don't want to hear anyone from NYCFC complain about, oh, we're missing players. This isn't fair, or make complaints. Hello, 2021 COVID game. That's all I'm saying about that. Okay. Missing 11 players. Anyway, but um when that happened, that game, Union almost won that. They put up a
No,
heck of a fight. They had put up a
they were
heck
up
of a fight.
nothing.
And with what lineup they had. So you really can't discount a team even when they're missing a few players like that. So the Union are going to have to bring it. They this is a game, you think, okay, they should win this if they bring their best, but things can go any way.
It's soccer.
Yeah, so they really can't, they just got to forget about that there's missing players or any of that and bring their A game and not get complacent at all.
You're right. I'm curious to see. I know Carnell when he talks, and again, we don't know what can happen. I mean, we don't know if there's any injuries from the Union side. We haven't heard. And we don't know, we still got some international games to play. So cross your fingers there. I will say that if everybody's healthy, you get Ua back. That could be a big relief if he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again, if the Union don't win this, then they don't deserve to win the cup.
Right.
It's that easy. I am curious though, with their defensive mid gone, do you see more of them attacking that? Probably a little bit. Um, I'm just really, really interested to see again. After 3 weeks off, we've talked about this. The Union starts slow. They've struggled coming out of long breaks like this. I'm curious. My question to Bradley is going to be, how did you address that? You can play friendlies. You can play scrimmages. Heck, they could have scrimmaged the U.S. national team for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not a game situation in terms
Right.
of stakes are stakes have never been higher, et cetera, et cetera. So how they mitigate that, I know you can say, well, NYC has been off 2 weeks. Well, yeah. I I saw somebody say, well, Vancouver and they killed us, they were off 3 weeks. Okay, yes. I just want to see this
Yeah.
team come out fighting like, hey, we want the cup.
Yeah.
And if they do that and they play smart, limit the mistakes, because mistakes will happen,
Yeah.
don't let that ball go in, back
Yeah.
in the net, simple as that. But if they play like they did against Chicago for most of
Mhm.
that match, there was a couple of weird plays.
Yeah.
Um, and they play like they did against Charlotte, they should be fine.
Yeah.
Not Charlotte, Cincinnati,
I was
and
gonna,
even
yeah.
NYCFC in the last match.
Yeah, the one where they clinched the shield. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have an opportunity, but anything can happen. It's soccer.
Yep, absolutely. So you'll see. I mean, they're going to be at home in front of all the fans. It's going to be, I'm sure, an electric atmosphere. So, so yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm gonna say is they can't look too far ahead
Nope, they really
to
can't.
Cincinnati and
Nope.
Miami.
Take care of this business.
And if they advance, we'll talk about that next week.
Yep.
It's going to be a really exciting match. I think you're going to see some really good soccer, a really good rivalry, and I think for MLS, this is the New York Philadelphia rivalry. You can market to the league. I know they want to market Red Bulls, and we've talked to a lot of old school guys that are like, "Yeah, Red Bulls," and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this is more marketable. I'd love to hear your guys' comments. I get it's Red Bulls. I get it's the history. I'm not taking that away, but for me, NYCFC,
Ever since the 2021 COVID
I think it's a
game,
more
especially.
meaningful
Mm-hmm.
rivalry, but that's just
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
So anyway, um, thanks again for everybody tuning in. We'll have some articles coming out later this week. Some more news, obviously, on our website. You can check it out, oneteamweagreeon.com. And we have been working on during this break, lining up for some guests for the off season. We hope that's not till December,
Mm-hmm.
but we are lining up some things for the all season articles, etc., etc. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, it's been all new episode of the One Team We Agree On.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and leave us comments because we love hearing from you. And if you see us at the game too, make sure you shout us out. Come talk to us. We would love to hear from you. But Yeah, thank you to everyone who's been following us and help spread the word. And yeah, keep engaging with us. We appreciate it.
Till next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
See you at the game.